Something has been set in motion, and now, because you obeyed the last angel message, everything is about to change fast. Archangel Michael says, something powerful has been set in motion, and it's because you obeyed. Yes, it's right, something is coming towards your direction. You may not have felt it the moment it happened, the moment you acted in obedience to the last angelic instruction, a celestial domino was tipped. Not one man-made, but one orchestrated from heaven's throne. Your yes echoed farther than you realize. It moved through time. It touched what was delayed. It triggered what was bound. It started what was sacred. The Lord Most High heard you, and not just your words, but your willingness to move when things still seemed uncertain. That obedience, child of the light, did more than please heaven. It fulfilled prophecy. And now, because of it, the spiritual machinery of divine timing has been activated. What was stagnant is now moving. What was withheld is now being released. Let me tell you something few understand: spiritual alignment is not just about faith, it is about divine timing. And heaven's timeline has just accelerated on your behalf. Archangel Michael says, you're standing in the eye of a storm of God's voice direct from heaven. Things are beginning to shift swiftly. Don't let the stillness around you fool you. The spirit realm is no longer still. It is alive with motion, with preparation, with angelic deployment. We were waiting on you. Yes, you. Others around you delayed. Others ignored the warning. Others mocked the message. But you obeyed. And now, the chain reaction has begun. It began in quiet, but soon, it will thunder into view. People will wonder how everything changed so fast for you. They will question how doors opened, how favor fell, how battles you never fought were somehow won. They won't understand, but you will. Because you were there when the shift began. And I, Michael, was witness to your obedience for the heaven. Type Amen 736 to get the blessings. Your name was spoken before the courts of heaven. Records were pulled. A decree was written. Angelic hosts have been assigned. And the moment you obeyed, even when you were afraid, the gears of divine timing locked into place and began to turn. Now, I must speak urgently to your spirit: do not backtrack. Do not doubt what has begun. Even if you don't see the evidence yet, trust me, it is moving faster than you can imagine. Just as one match can ignite a vast forest, one act of obedience has now lit a trail of divine fire through the terrain of your destiny. And there's no turning back now. What was in motion in the spirit will soon erupt in the natural. Prepare your heart. Guard your mind. Because what's coming will not come slowly. It will come like a flood. Archangel Michael says, I will go before you. I will be your sword and your shield. You are not walking alone into what's next. You are walking into a divine chain reaction, set off by your obedience, and guided by heaven's hand. The gate that was once closed to you, the one sealed for what felt like forever, is opening, and it is opening swiftly. This is not a gate made by human hands. It is a divine structure. A passage in the spirit that could only be opened by something sacred: obedience, trust, alignment. And because you obeyed the last angelic instruction, that sacred seal has been broken. Not by force, but by faith. Not by might, but by your surrender. You've been standing outside this gate for longer than you can count. You prayed at its foot. You cried beside it. You knocked when you had strength, and whispered prayers when you didn't. And for a season, it remained closed, not to punish you, but to prepare you. Type Amen 389 to get the blessings. But now, the time has shifted. The command has gone forth. And the gate is swinging open, not partially, not slowly, but wide and suddenly. This gate is no ordinary access point. Behind it are things heaven had reserved for the appointed time. Relationships that were delayed for your protection. Opportunities that would have crushed you before you were ready. Wealth, knowledge, positioning, healing, all stored behind the veil until the moment you matured into your assignment. And now, child of light, the gate responds to your growth. Archangel Michael says, I watched you in the dark when no one else saw. I saw your warfare in silence. I witnessed the inner vows you made to God, if you lead me, I'll follow. Even if it costs me everything. Heaven heard. And now, the reward is being released not just as a blessing, but as a divine key to your next season. People who once rejected you will now wonder why they see your face on rising platforms. They will ask, how did they get in? But the truth is, the gate was never theirs to open, it was heaven's. And heaven opened it for you. Soon in this message your reward will be in front of you and a key to access this reward. Some will try to walk behind you through the same gate. But what they do not realize is this, it only responds to the one whose obedience triggered its shift. You are chosen to go first. You are chosen to access this space, not to boast, but to build. I must warn you, walk through with humility. For what's on the other side is not only favor but responsibility. You will be trusted with more. And with this next level, the enemy will try to discourage and distract. But I am assigning angelic presence to flank you on both sides. Do not hesitate now. Do not second-guess the moment. The gate is open, but it will not stay open forever. Move. Step through. Claim what is rightfully yours. It is your time. Type Amen 293 to get the blessings. The gate that was once locked has recognized your spirit and bowed open at the command of the Most High. And now, I, Archangel Michael, am calling you forward, because what's waiting on the other side will change everything. Archangel Michael says, I have been commanded to walk with you in this moment of divine motion. And I must tell you something few understand, there is a force now at work in your life that does not follow the pace of man, it follows the speed of God's intention. Heaven has accelerated your timeline. You may still see ordinary surroundings. You may feel as if little has shifted in the physical. But I tell you, in the invisible, the air is thick with movement. The spiritual realm is alive with activity. Heavenly forces have been dispatched. Scribes are updating your records. Pathways are being cleared. People are being stirred. Events are aligning, all because your obedience has activated acceleration. Let me explain it to you like this. For many seasons, it felt as if you were walking through a tunnel. Progress was slow. Vision was limited. Answers were delayed. You prayed for speed but saw stillness. You asked for signs and heard silence. But what you didn't see was what heaven was building behind the veil. What you didn't hear was the ticking of divine timing, waiting for your surrender to reach a fullness. In the moment you obeyed the last angelic word, the clock struck heaven's appointed hour. Now, acceleration has begun. Things that would have taken years will take months. Conversations that were once impossible will now find you. Delays that once strangled your progress have been spiritually cut off. Even your enemies, those who conspired in the dark, will be confused by how fast you rise. Type Amen 392 to get the blessings. It is not coincidence. It is covenant. Archangel Michael says, I must urge you, don't slow down your faith now. Acceleration is delicate. It responds to consistency, not comfort. You must match the momentum with your mindset. Don't let your old fears poison this new pace. Don't let your inner doubts speak louder than heaven's voice. You are not behind anymore. You are no longer waiting on a breakthrough, you're writing it. But it's moving fast, and you must hold tightly to the hand that's guiding you. Heaven is fulfilling promises, not just for your sake, but for generations tied to your name. This acceleration is not a gift for you alone. It is a course correction for your bloodline. You are the one chosen to break the delay. And now, you must become the one bold enough to embrace the speed of God. I see what's ahead, and I tell you with all urgency, things are coming together rapidly. Even today, messengers are on their way to you. Emails, phone calls, unexpected encounters, they've already been assigned. Stay alert. The moment will come when you must move quickly, without second guessing. Be ready. And remember, I am near. I will clear what tries to obstruct. I will guard what tries to delay. But your obedience is your steering wheel. Don't let go of it. You're in a divine acceleration, and it's only just begun. This moment has been prophesied, and now it is unfolding. I, Archangel Michael, have been sent to announce to you a coming revelation. Those who mocked your faith are about to witness a turnaround so divine, they will no longer be able to speak against you. Type Amen 8378 to get the blessings. They laughed when you chose the narrow path. They whispered when you separated yourself for the sake of righteousness. They called you foolish, said you were wasting time, said you were delusional to believe in what couldn't yet be seen. Some of them even tried to sabotage what God was building in secret. But the season of secrecy is ending. And heaven is about to speak on your behalf. They thought you were weak because you didn't fight back. They mistook your silence for defeat. What they didn't understand, and what they're about to learn, is that your silence was strategic. It was sacred. It was the quiet before a divine unveiling. You have walked through humiliation with dignity. You endured trials not as punishment, but as preparation. And while they talked, judged, and laughed, heaven was marking your name. Every tear you cried watered the ground you're now about to reap from. Every moment you were overlooked positioned you perfectly to be revealed at the right time. And now, that time has come. The turnaround is not just coming, it's already in motion. Things are reversing. Your name is being cleared. Your value is being recognized. Opportunities once denied are being reopened, but this time, you won't have to beg for them. They'll seek you out. Why? Because the favor of the Lord is now shining upon you publicly. Archangel Michael says, I must speak this with urgency, don't let bitterness poison your moment of vindication. What God is doing now is not just about justice, it's about elevation. You are not being lifted to prove others wrong. You're being lifted to prove that God is still faithful to those who trust Him. Type Amen 982 to get the blessings. Let me tell you what I've seen from the heavenly realms. People who ignored you are now feeling a stirring. They're sensing your shift, even if they don't understand it. Some will come back to apologize. Others will pretend they never doubted you. A few will even try to reattach themselves to your rising light. Use discernment. Move with grace. Walk in truth, but don't forget what you came through. This turnaround is designed to fulfill prophecy. Your life is about to become a living testimony. Others will see you and realize that it was never luck, it was divine favor. They'll say, something changed, suddenly. But you will know, there was nothing sudden about it. It was built in silence, in faith, in secret obedience. And now the Most High is about to make it visible. Hold your head high, child of promise. What's coming will be loud, undeniable, and swift. And those who mocked you will become silent witnesses of God's power flowing through your life. This is your divine turnaround. And it's already begun. Archangel Michael says, I need you to hear this with your spirit wide open. I am Archangel Michael, commander of angelic armies, and today I bring you an urgent message from heaven's war room. You are not alone. Reinforcements have been deployed. The moment you obeyed the last divine instruction, the heavens stirred with fresh activity. Assignments were shifted. Angelic warriors were summoned. I witnessed it myself, scrolls opened, seals broken, declarations sent out with urgency. For heaven has now recognized that you are walking a path too significant to go unguarded. Type Amen 2833 to get the blessings. You may not have seen us, but we've been there. Watching. Guarding. Clearing. Protecting. You're not imagining the recent pressure, the strange resistance, the out-of-nowhere chaos. That was the enemy reacting to your progress. Because the enemy knew, once you crossed a certain threshold of obedience, he would no longer be able to touch what belongs to you. And you have crossed it. The Lord of Hosts has assigned additional angelic forces to walk beside you in this next phase. You are not being sent into unknown territory uncovered. You are being escorted by divine sentinels who move faster than any threat and strike before the enemy can plan. Archangel Michael says, I have drawn my sword on your behalf. But I am not the only one. Others have been loosed from the heavenly courts, angels of clarity, of finance, of divine connections, of truth. They have one mission, to ensure that what has been set in motion for you cannot be delayed. You may begin to feel a sudden urgency, a push to act swiftly. That is not anxiety, it's heavenly momentum. The angels around you are stirring the air with breakthrough. They're organizing timelines. They're removing people who no longer serve your purpose. They are realigning everything around your obedience. Do not resist this flow. Let it carry you. The more you move in sync with the Spirit, the more access these reinforcements have to work unhindered. Type Amen 736 to get the blessings. You may even notice strange signs, dreams that feel vivid and urgent, divine encounters with strangers who speak answers to your prayers, unexplained peace in the midst of conflict. That's them, the messengers. The warriors. The whispers of heaven. Some have walked with you before. Others are newly assigned. But all are here with purpose. You are more protected than you feel. And more supported than you've ever been before. The kingdom of darkness trembles when one child of God obeys, and now that you've done so, your entire atmosphere has shifted. There is angelic activity happening around you even now. Trust it. Speak to it. Acknowledge it. Welcome it. When you sense resistance, call upon divine protection. When you feel confusion, ask for angelic clarity. We are here. Not in theory, but in real, supernatural motion. Your journey is no longer ordinary. It's been elevated. And heaven has responded in kind. Reinforcements have arrived. And we're not just here to defend, we're here to deliver. You must brace yourself, beloved. What's coming will feel sudden, but it's been divinely orchestrated from the beginning. Archangel Michael says, a reversal is already in progress, and when it reaches you in full, it will leave even your enemies speechless. This is not a small adjustment. This is not a quiet shift. This is a divine reversal, one that will flip the script so powerfully, those who once pitted you will no longer recognize your story. I was there when the decree was issued. I saw the moment it happened in the courts of heaven. What was denied you, now must be returned. What was twisted, now must be untangled. What was stolen, must be restored sevenfold. You didn't see it coming. That's the point. This reversal was meant to catch even you by surprise. It was time to hit at the moment you were just about to settle, to shake you out of false peace and into promised victory. Type Amen 8376 to get the blessings. You've been told no before. You've watched others advance while you waited. You were passed over, underestimated, even blamed for things that were never your doing. You kept quiet. You chose honor. And heaven watched it all. Now, heaven is responding. What once worked against you is about to work for you. The person who rejected you is about to be moved out of the way. The situation that locked you out is being reversed, and will now require your presence. You will be invited, needed, called upon. You will have the leverage you once lacked. The turnaround will happen fast. You may go to sleep with one reality and wake up to another. You might get an unexpected call, a sudden message, a door opening without explanation. But it won't be random. It will be the moment heaven's reversal hits earth. Archangel Michael says, this is why I must warn you, be ready to move when the moment strikes. Don't overanalyze. Don't delay. What's about to shift will not wait for your comfort. It will require your courage. This is the reward of your obedience, but you must walk through the door when it opens. There are people watching you now who remember your past. Let them watch. Let them see what happens when God defends His own. This reversal is not just about personal victory. It's about public testimony. Many will witness what God does for you, and they will be forced to confess, only heaven could have done this. This will not be the reversal you begged for, it will be better, it will heal more than you asked. It will restore more than you lost. And it will remind you who has always been writing your story. Archangel Michael says, I am already clearing interference. You don't need to fight to make it happen, you just need to be ready when it does. Because the reversal is coming, and it will be loud, holy, and shockingly swift. Type Amen 3832 to get the blessings. I must speak to you plainly now. I am Archangel Michael, and I come with both a warning and a promise. You are standing at the edge of breakthrough, but there is one final test before you cross. This test is not meant to harm you. It is not an obstacle of punishment. It is a divine filter, a sacred moment where heaven observes whether your heart is as ready as your hands. Yes, breakthrough has already been set in motion. Yes, the gate is open, the acceleration is active, and reversal has begun. But now comes the place where many falter, the threshold, the moment just before manifestation. This is where the enemy whispers loudest. He will try to confuse your peace. He will stir up old wounds, send familiar voices to challenge your growth, even cause delays that seem unjust. He wants you to panic at the final hour, to question if what was promised is really coming. But I am telling you, do not waver now. Because what's happening isn't random, it's your final test. Archangel Michael says, I have seen it many times. Right before the blessing arrives, pressure increases. Right before the door swings fully open, doubt knocks the loudest. You may find people misunderstanding your intentions. You may be tempted to react, defend yourself, or walk away from the very place God is calling you to stay. Don't take the bait. This test is not about your circumstances, it's about your response. Will you stay in alignment, even when misunderstood? Will you keep walking by faith, even when emotions flare? Will you respond like the one who's already won, or fight like someone still trying to earn it? Type Amen 543 to get the blessings. I know you've been tired. I've seen the spiritual fatigue. You are closer than you think. What feels like opposition is, in truth, a signal the enemy is panicking. Because he knows once you pass this test, he can no longer delay your divine release. There is a right response for this moment. It is not revenge. It is not proving a point. It is obedience under pressure, humility under fire. Steadfastness in the storm. Heaven is watching, not to punish you, but to qualify you. Your next level isn't just a gift, it's a trust. You're being entrusted with more influence, resources, relationships, and this test will determine how you'll handle what's ahead. Do not give the enemy what he wants, your peace, your joy, your mouth. Speak only what aligns with heaven. Move only when God says move. Do not be provoked by petty distractions. This is the proving ground. And you, beloved, have everything you need to pass. Archangel Michael says. They are shielding you from sabotage and strengthening your spirit. If you listen closely in prayer, you will feel the reinforcement. Hold your ground. Heaven is measuring your maturity. And once this test is complete, breakthrough will no longer be on the way, it will be fully in your hands. For this is the final word I, Archangel Michael, have been commanded to speak into your spirit today. Because you obeyed, a divine portal has opened, and it cannot be closed. What you've stepped into is no longer just a season. It is a supernatural access point, a heavenly alignment that cannot be reversed by human hands. This portal is not made of brick or stone, but of divine timing, radical obedience, and sacred destiny. It was hidden until now, until you responded in faith. Type Amen 432 to get the blessings. Archangel Michael says. Yes, your yes triggered this. Your last act of obedience, even though it cost you comfort, even though it made no earthly sense, unlocked something eternal. And now, heaven has marked this moment as the turning point. The spiritual veil has lifted. And what was once sealed is now flowing freely. From where I stand in the heavenly realm, I see it clearly, an opening above you. Radiant. Roaring with divine energy. It is a living gateway between heaven and earth, and your name is etched into its activation. Through it, blessings are pouring. Resources are being dispatched. Uncommon favor is flowing. Destiny helpers are being magnetized to your location. Opportunities that once bypassed you are now being pulled into your orbit. And no man, no demon, no earthly power can shut what has been opened by God's own hand. But I must be clear with you, this portal requires responsibility. You cannot return to the patterns that kept you bound. You cannot speak like one who is still waiting in delay. You cannot act as if the door might close again. Walk boldly now. Walk like the one who holds keys, not chains. This is not the time for small thinking or cautious dreaming. This is the time to move in alignment with divine acceleration. Your voice must match the power that's being released over your life. Your vision must expand to contain the magnitude of this open heaven. Archangel Michael says, I warn you in love, there will be people who do not understand what's happening around you. They will say you've changed. They'll question your decisions. Some may even try to reattach themselves to your journey, not because they're aligned with your destiny, but because they sense your rise. Type Amen 476 to get the blessings. Not everyone is allowed through this portal with you. The Lord is elevating you. Not just in blessing, but in responsibility, clarity, and spiritual rank. You are now a carrier of heaven's movement. Where you go, favor will follow. What you speak, heaven will echo. But do not forget the price of this access, your obedience. Because you said yes. Because you refused to bow to fear. Because you acted even when the evidence was invisible. You have stepped into something irrevocable. You cannot go backward, and you don't need to. What's ahead is greater, faster, and more sacred than anything you've walked through. The portal is open. The heavens are moving. Now, so must you. Type Amen 781 to get the blessings. If you found the video creates some value in your soul, then make sure to hit the subscribe button below.